Most e-commerce brands don't stop growing because ads stop working. They stop growing because nobody is actually managing growth. Today, I want to answer 4 questions I get asked all the time by founders and CMO right before things slow down. Those are not tactical questions, it's about structure. So, question number 1. Why doesn't my agency ever propose scaling even when ads are working? This is a very uncomfortable question, and it's a very important one. There can be multiple reasons why an agency doesn't propose scaling, and most of them have nothing to do with performance. The first one is the agreement. If the agency work on a flat fee or a ROS-based contract, there is no real incentive to scale. Scaling makes everything more complex. More spending means more volatility, more pressure, more chance to miss the target. So, from the agency point of view, why make the job harder if they don't get rewarded for it? Especially with a flat free contract, the safest move is to keep spend low, keep the performance stable, and avoid any risk. In many cases, there is simply nothing to scale with. No additional credits, no extra resources, no system built for growth. And sometimes the reason it's even simpler. Some agencies have never scaled an account before, so they know to keep things very stable, but not how to push volume. So scaling never gets proposed, not because it's not possible, but because it's outside their comfort zone. Even when agency do push creative, another problem show up immediately. So we get, why do creative work for a short period of time and then stop? Yeah, spending plays a role. In fact, if you're spending $10,000 per dollar per day on an ad, it will burn faster than spending just $1,000. But most of the time, this is not a core issue. From the audit we have done, the main reason creative die is because they are working in the wrong part of the funnel. Many so-called winning creative are actually retargeting creative. They hit existing customer, engaged user, and people who already know the brand. So they convert fast, ROS look good, but then they just collapse. And when this happened, yet everything collapsed super fast. And that doesn't mean that the creative was bad. It just means that it was a winner in a very specific contest. The mistake is treating that creative as it could carry the entire account. And that brings us to the most common reaction. And the question number 3. Should we test more creative to fix the ones that are not working? The real answer is yes and no. Yes, because testing is necessary to find winner creatives, but testing has a cost. You cannot test more creative without increasing the budget. With the same budget, Meta and Google will keep spending on the same ads. So test more without more budget usually doesn't change anything. But here is the bigger problem. Most brands don't have a volume problem. They have like a logic problem because they test creative just because they feel they should without asking what actually is missing in the funnel. So what problem are we trying to solve? If all the creative are hitting the same audience in the same way, testing more of the same only amplify the issue. At that point, it's not about creating more ads, it's about creating the right one. Now, the last question is where most people completely misread data. Why? It's important to run both Meta and Google at the same time, even when tracking says only one works. Because people don't buy the way dashboard make it look. Almost nobody sees an ad, click, and buy in 1 second. Think about a normal day. You wake up, you open Instagram, you see an ad. Yeah, maybe you're interested, but it's not the right moment. Later that day, you see another ad, and then another one, and then probably you remember the brand. Still, you're busy, you're distracted. The next day, you're on the couch, you remember the product, not the brand name. So you search on Google, you see an ad, and that's where you buy. And then Tracky says, Google converted. But the reality is Meta created the demand and Google captured it. I've seen this mistake destroy a business, an entire business. Years ago, we were working with a brand selling custom-made shirt. Facebook was running, let's say, close to break even, and Google had a very, very high ROAS. And they hired a new e-commerce manager. And during the first call, he says, Facebook doesn't convert, Google does. So we should invest everything only in Google. We need to stop Facebook. At this moment, I almost pass out. And we told them this was a huge mistake. but they were not a well-known brand. People weren't waking up thinking about them. Facebook was doing the hard work, creating awareness, interest, and memory. Google was just closing the loop. So they ignored the advice. Facebook spend got cut, volume collapsed month after month, and the business collapsed with it. We even decided to start working with them after a couple of weeks. We don't want to work with people that don't listen at this. Very simple. So Meta and Google, they don't compete. They are completing each other. So we can say that after replying those classic questions I received lately, that most of the problems are not tactical. They are more a structure problem. And until the structure is right, changing tactics won't change anything. And if you feel that you might have the same doubt and sometimes you ask to yourself the same question, or the agency that right now is managing your account, feel free to click the link and book a call with us. And together we can get through your account on both Meta and Google and see where is the real bottleneck on your account and what is stopping you to spend in your advertising over $100,000 per month without losing performance. See you in the next video.